The marble floors gleamed beneath Anna's careful hands as she moved quietly through the grand lobby, her soft footsteps lost in the early morning hush. The world outside was just waking, but inside the luxury hotel, the day had already begun. Anna's uniform was crisp, her hair pulled back neatly, her eyes focused on the task before her. She took pride in her work, even though no one seemed to notice her presence, except when something went wrong. A sudden, sharp voice cut through the silence. "What is this?" Mr. Grayson's shoes clicked across the lobby as he strode toward Anna, waving a white-gloved hand at a tiny smudge on the glass entrance. His face was tight with impatience, his tone loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. "Do you call this clean? This is a 5-star hotel, not a second-rate inn." His words echoed, drawing the attention of the front desk staff, the bellboys, even a few early guests. Anna straightened, her hands trembling slightly as she held her cleaning cloth, eyes lowered. Grayson's gaze swept the lobby, making sure he had an audience. "I don't care how early it is. There is no excuse for laziness. If you can't do your job properly, maybe you should find somewhere else to work." His words were sharp, each one landing like a slap. Anna felt her cheeks burn, the weight of 100 eyes pressing down on her. She wanted to speak, to explain that she had just polished that glass, that the mark had appeared only moments ago. But she knew it wouldn't matter. Grayson had already decided she was at fault. The silence in the lobby was thick, broken only by the nervous shuffling of feet and the distant ring of a phone. Anna swallowed hard, her throat tight. She stood her ground, refusing to let her tears show. She had learned long ago that dignity was all she could hold on to in moments like this. Grayson leaned closer, his voice dropping to a cold whisper that still carried across the polished floor. "People like you should know their place." The word stung more than any insult before, cutting deeper than the humiliation of being scolded in public. Anna nodded once, quietly, her heart pounding in her chest. Around her the staff looked away, some with pity, others with fear. No one spoke. Up. No one intervened. As Grayson turned and walked away, Anna remained where she was, the sting of injustice burning in her chest. She pressed her lips together, steadying herself. She would not let him see her break. She would not give him the satisfaction. But inside she felt the ache of isolation, the familiar pain of being invisible until it was time to be blamed. And, as the lobby slowly returned to its morning routine, Anna stood alone, holding on to her pride, her silence heavy with all the words she could not say. Anna moved through the staff corridor with gentle steps, her presence a quiet comfort to those around her. She always had a kind word for the kitchen porter struggling with heavy crates, a reassuring smile for the nervous bellboy before his first shift, and a patient ear for the young maid who missed her family back home. When someone's lunch was missing, Anna would offer half of her own, without hesitation. When tempers flared or tears threatened, she was the steady hand, the calming voice, the one who saw and understood pain that others ignored. Her kindness was never loud, never seeking attention, but it lingered in the hearts of those she helped. Among the cleaners and junior staff, Anna was respected, almost cherished. They looked to her for advice, for comfort, for a sense that someone truly cared. She remembered everyone's birthday, noticed when someone was sick, and always found a way to lift spirits, even on the hardest days. Yet, to the management, Anna was invisible. Her hard work went unnoticed, her wisdom unrecognized. She was just another uniform, another name on the schedule, someone to be ordered around and forgotten. In the quiet moments between shifts, Anna would slip away to the small staff lounge, where she kept a worn locket tucked safely in her pocket. She would open it with gentle fingers, gazing at the faded photograph inside, a picture of her grandmother, smiling warmly, eyes full of hope. Sometimes Anna would read old letters, their paper soft from years of folding and unfolding. The words were filled with love, advice, and stories of resilience. They reminded Anna of the lessons she'd learned as a child, that true strength was found in humility, that compassion was a gift, and that dignity could never be taken by anyone else's. Cruelty. Flashbacks flickered in Anna's mind, her grandmother's frail hands guiding her through the rituals of daily life, teaching her to be patient, to listen, to forgive. She remembered the nights spent reading together by candlelight, the quiet, prayers, the laughter that filled their tiny apartment. Even as hardship pressed in, her grandmother never lost her grace. She taught Anna to see the good in people, to rise above bitterness, to believe that kindness could change the world, even if only a little at a time. In stark contrast, Mr. Grayson's story was one of ambition turned sour. He had once been a promising young man, eager to prove himself in the world of luxury hotels. But as the years passed, his drive hardened into arrogance. He measured success by titles and appearances, not by the content of a person's heart. The higher he climbed, the more he looked down on those beneath him. He saw staff as tools, not people, and believed respect was something to be demanded, not earned. Anna's quiet strength was a mystery to Grayson. He dismissed her as unimportant, never noticing the way others gravitated toward her, never realizing the depth of wisdom in her gentle words. While he obsessed over perfection and control, Anna built something far more lasting, a quiet network of trust, loyalty, and hope among the forgotten workers of the hotel. In her heart, Anna carried a legacy of love and resilience, a hidden power that no one in management could see. And though she wore the uniform of a cleaner, her spirit was unbreakable, her compassion a quiet force that shaped the world around her, one small act at a time. From the moment the sun rose, Grayson seemed to have Anna in his sights. Each morning, he handed her a list of the hardest, most unpleasant jobs: scrubbing the kitchen floors after a night of spilled wine and broken glass, cleaning the staff bathrooms twice in one shift, hauling heavy bags of laundry up and down the back stairs. When Anna finished one task, he found another. Never a word of thanks, only a sharp reminder that she was replaceable. If she paused for a moment, he appeared, arms crossed, eyes cold, telling her there was no time for breaks in a hotel that prided itself on perfection. Anna's body ached, but she kept moving, her face calm, her voice gentle, refusing to let him see her pain. The other cleaners watched with sympathy, but no one dared to challenge Grayson. He had a way of making people feel small, reminding them that jobs were scarce and mistakes were costly. Anna noticed the fear in their eyes, the way they avoided his gaze. She understood. She had lived with fear before. Still, it hurt to be so alone. One afternoon, as Anna polished the brass railings in the main hall, Grayson stormed over, waving a crumpled napkin. "This was found in the VIP lounge. Do you understand how embarrassing this is?" His voice was loud enough for everyone to hear, guests, staff, even the head chef passing by. "You were responsible for this area. How could you miss something so obvious? This is unacceptable." Anna tried to explain that she had just finished cleaning, that she checked every table, but Grayson cut her off. "Excuses? Always excuses. Maybe you're just not cut out for this job." His words stung, but Anna stood quietly, her hands folded, her eyes steady. She would not give him the satisfaction of seeing her cry. The humiliation didn't end there. During a glittering charity gala, with the city's wealthiest guests gathered in the ballroom, disaster struck. A waiter slipped, spilling a tray of red wine across the white marble floor. Grayson's face turned red with anger. Without hesitation, he pointed at Anna. "You. Why weren't you here? This is your responsibility." The room fell silent as all eyes turned to Anna. She felt the heat of their stares, the shame rising in her chest. She knew she hadn't been assigned to the ballroom that night, but Grayson's accusation left her defenseless. She knelt to clean the mess, her hands trembling, her heart pounding. The guests whispered behind their hands, some shaking their heads, others smirking. Grayson watched her with a look of triumph, as if her humiliation proved his power. After the gala, Anna retreated to the staff locker room, her shoulders heavy with exhaustion. Maria, the youngest trainee, followed her, eyes wide with worry. "It's not fair, Anna. You didn't do anything wrong." Anna managed a tired smile. "Thank you, Maria. Sometimes it's easier to stay quiet." But Maria's voice shook with anger. "He can't treat you like this. Someone should say something." Anna touched her arm gently. "Not everyone has the choice. You have your whole future ahead of you. Don't risk it for me." Just then, Grayson appeared in the doorway, his glare icy. "Maria, if you have time to gossip, you have time to work. Don't let Anna's laziness rub off on you." Maria shrank back, her courage fading under his stare. The days blurred together, each one harder than the last. Anna's hands grew raw from scrubbing, her back ached from carrying heavy loads, but she kept going. She found strength in small moments, a smile from a colleague, a thank you from a guest. The memory of her grandmother's voice reminding her to hold her head high. But the loneliness pressed in, a silent ache that grew with every injustice. One morning, as Anna finished her shift, the receptionist handed her a sealed envelope. The handwriting on the front was unfamiliar, elegant, and formal. Inside was a letter, short and mysterious. "Please contact me at your earliest convenience. It is a matter of great importance." There was a phone number and a name, Mr. Patel, attorney at law. Anna's heart skipped. She folded the letter carefully, tucking it into her pocket, saying nothing to anyone. Later that day, her phone buzzed with a call from an unknown number. Anna hesitated, then answered quietly. "Ms. Anna Rodriguez?" the voice asked. "Yes, this is she. I represent the estate of Mrs. Elena Morales. I need to speak with you in person. I will come to the hotel tomorrow." Anna's hands shook as she hung up, her mind racing. She told no one, not even Maria. The next morning, as Anna cleaned the lobby, a well-dressed man approached the front desk. He asked to see Anna Rodriguez. The staff exchanged puzzled glances. Grayson overheard and frowned, suspicious. "Why would a lawyer want to speak to a cleaner?" he muttered. The rumor spread quickly through the staff, whispers in the break room, sideways glances in the hallway. Anna felt the weight of their curiosity, the questions she couldn't answer. Grayson's attitude grew colder, his orders sharper. He seemed unsettled by the lawyer's visit, watching Anna with narrowed eyes. The staff sensed something was changing, but fear kept them silent. Only Maria dared to whisper, "Are you all right?" Anna nodded, her face calm, but inside, hope flickered, a fragile light in the darkness of her daily struggle. Each day the suspense grew. The staff wondered about the mysterious letter, the lawyer's arrival, Anna's quiet resilience. Grayson's control seemed less certain, his confidence shaken. The tension in the hotel was thick, every moment charged with the possibility of something about to break. Anna moved through it all with quiet strength, holding on to the secret that might finally change everything. The morning air in the hotel was thick with tension. Whispers drifted through the corridors as word spread that the board of directors had arrived without warning. Staff hurried to tidy uniforms and smooth hair, nerves on edge. Grayson strode through the lobby, his chin high, his confidence unshaken. He relished these moments, when everyone looked to him for direction, when his authority was unquestioned. He glanced at Anna as she quietly arranged flowers in a vase, his eyes cold, then turned away as if she were nothing. The staff gathered in the main hall, standing in neat rows, uncertainty flickering in their eyes. Grayson stood at the front, his voice smooth as he welcomed the board. "Our hotel is a model of excellence, thanks to my leadership and the hard work of my team," he declared, barely glancing at the staff behind him. The board's spokesperson, a dignified woman with kind eyes, stepped forward. "Thank you, Mr. Grayson. We appreciate your efforts. Today, however, we have an important announcement." She paused, her gaze sweeping the room. "We are here to introduce the new owner of this hotel, as named in the will of our founder, Mrs. Elena Morales." Grayson's smile faltered, confusion flickering across his face. The staff exchanged puzzled glances. The spokesperson continued, her voice clear and steady. "Please step forward, Ana Rodriguez." A stunned silence fell. Ana looked up, her hands trembling slightly, her heart pounding. Grayson's face twisted in disbelief. "There must be some mistake," he stammered, his voice cracking. "She's just a cleaner." The board member shook her head gently. "No mistake. Mrs. Morales chose her granddaughter, Ana Rodriguez, to inherit this hotel. Ana has been working here quietly, learning every detail, observing how the staff are treated. She wanted to understand the true spirit of this place before taking her rightful place." Ana stepped forward, her eyes shining with emotion. For a moment she hesitated, feeling the weight of every humiliation, every moment of invisibility. Then she stood tall, her voice steady and warm. "My grandmother taught me that true leadership is not about power or pride. It is about kindness, respect, and humility. I have seen how hard you all work, how much you care for this hotel and for each other. I have also seen how pain can grow when people are not treated with dignity." The staff stared at Ana, shock and hope mingling in their faces. Grayson's mouth opened and closed, but no words came. His authority, built on fear and arrogance, crumbled in an instant. Ana continued, her voice growing stronger. "I promise. You, from this day forward, every person here will be valued. No one will be judged by their uniform or their title. We will build a place where kindness is our foundation and respect is given to all." A ripple of emotion moved through the crowd. Some staff wiped away tears, others smiled for the first time in weeks. Maria, the young trainee, looked at Ana with awe and gratitude. The board nodded in approval, their faces reflecting pride in Ana's courage. Grayson stood frozen, his confidence shattered, forced to see the truth he had ignored for so long. Ana turned to the staff, her heart full. "Thank you for your hard work, your patience, and your strength. Together, we will create a hotel that honors my grandmother's legacy, a place where everyone belongs." The room filled with applause, the sound warm and genuine, echoing the hope that now filled every corner. Ana's journey from invisible cleaner to respected leader was complete, her hidden strength finally revealed for all to see. The applause faded, replaced by a hush of anticipation as Ana turned to face Grayson. He stood rigid, his eyes darting, between the board, the staff, and the woman he had dismissed for so long. Ana's voice was gentle, but her words carried the weight of truth. "Mr. Grayson, your actions have caused pain and division in this hotel. You have forgotten that respect is earned, not demanded. I cannot allow this to continue. I must ask you to leave your position as manager, effective immediately." Grayson's face flushed, pride and fear battling in his eyes. For a moment, he looked as if he might argue, but the strength in Ana's calm gaze held him silent. She continued, "But before you go, I want to give you a chance. Think about the people you've hurt, the dignity you've denied. If you can find it in yourself to apologize, not to me, but to those you've wronged, perhaps you can begin to understand what true leadership means." He swallowed hard, the reality of his downfall settling on his shoulders. The staff watched, some with relief, others with hope. Grayson's voice trembled as he finally spoke. I am sorry. I lost sight of what mattered. I let ambition cloud my judgment. I hope you can forgive me." He looked at Anna, then at the people he'd once ruled with fear. There was no applause, only a heavy, honest silence. Grayson gathered his things, his steps slow, his head bowed as he left the hotel behind. As the doors closed behind him, a new energy filled the room. Maria stepped forward, her eyes shining. "Thank you, Anna, for seeing us, for believing in us." Others joined her, voices rising with gratitude and hope. "We're with you, Anna. This place already feels different. It's like we can finally breathe." Anna smiled, her heart full. "We will build something better together. From now on, every voice matters. Every person is valued, no matter their role. Fair wages, safe conditions, and respect for all. These are not privileges, they are rights. My grandmother believed in kindness above all else, and I promise to honor her by leading with compassion and courage." The days that followed were filled with change. Anna listened to the staff, inviting their ideas and concerns. She promoted those who had worked quietly in the shadows, recognizing their dedication. She created opportunities for growth, encouraged teamwork, and celebrated every achievement, big or small. The hotel blossomed, not just in beauty, but in spirit. Guests noticed the difference, a warmth in every welcome, a pride in every detail. Anna's leadership became a beacon, inspiring others to lead with empathy and strength. The staff, once divided by fear, now stood together as a family. For the first time, everyone belonged. The legacy of injustice faded, replaced by hope and unity. And in every corner of the hotel, Anna's promise lived on. Dignity, respect, and kindness for all. If you're still listening, I want to speak to you from my heart. How often do we judge others by their appearance or position? How many stories of strength and dignity go unnoticed because we're too busy looking at uniforms or titles instead of the person inside? I spent years wearing a name tag and a plain uniform, and I saw the truth of people in the smallest moments, in kindness offered, in respect withheld, in the way some looked through me as if I didn't exist. It hurt, but it also taught me that true value is never found on the surface. Have you ever witnessed injustice and stayed silent, afraid to speak up or unsure if it was your place? Have you ever been underestimated or seen someone else's light hidden by the shadows of prejudice? What would you do if you could change someone's life with a single act of kindness or a word of encouragement? The world is full of stories like mine, stories of hidden strength, quiet courage, and the power of compassion to change everything. I invite you to share your own experiences and thoughts below. Have you ever been judged unfairly or helped someone rise above humiliation? Your story matters. If this story touched you, please subscribe for more real-life stories of hidden strength and redemption. Together, let's build a kinder, more just world. One story, one voice, one act of understanding at a time.